Me.
You like that
Come on,
too.
Daddy's got to do this.
I'm the only
Okay, everyone, this is the third part of those questions. The final question she has here, and then I have some other questions, is what would I do about global warming and its danger to our planet? Okay, first thing I would tell everyone, please go and take a science course called Earth Science. You will then understand global warming. It is a cyclic event that happens on our planet and has happened time and time again. Are we contributing to it? Yes, we are contributing to it minutely, not majorly. But do we need to clean up our atmosphere? Yes, we need to clean up our atmosphere. The cleaner we have our atmosphere, actually, probably the more global warming we get, because the more the atmosphere gets clean, the more sunlight that will get through, and with the more sunlight getting through, the hotter we're going to get. But is global warming real? Yes. Anyone who says it's not real is a fool. Does global warming happen? Well, let's see. About 125 million years ago, the Gulf of Mexico went up almost to St. Louis. There was no North Pole at all. The ice on the North Pole did not exist. And a lot of other stuff like that. So yes, global warming is real and it does happen. Usually what stops it is the Earth will have some kind of catastrophic eruption or explosion, and that will start an ice age. So those people who are living around Yellowstone, you may want to watch out. Okay, I say that with a joke and laugh, but the truth is there is real. Global warming is real. So what can we do about it? As the world, we can. As a nation, we can be an example. Does that mean stop putting atmospheric pollutants in the air? Well, for a starter, if we changed our automobiles to just hydrogen alone, that would be a major step in that direction. But then let's go from global warming actually to our ecology. What can we do to help our ecology along, our environment? We can cut down our pollutants by advancing our science, but not by stopping it. That's right, stopping it. No drilling, no this, no that, no this. Yeah. Okay, so what do? We're kind of caught between a rock and a hard space. One, how can we improve our oceans up and down the coast? Easy. Put a whole bunch of wells in. Whoa, wait a minute. You just said put a whole bunch of oil wells in. How's that going to improve the oceans? Well, every platform suddenly becomes a little island in which plant life will grow. Every platform will provide shelter and an environment for all the fish up and down the coast. Every platform will provide protection. You have too many platforms and forget it. The fishing fleets won't come there. But you sport fishermen will have some of the best fishing in the world. You people who believe the sails ought to be protected, seals ought to be protected, and the whales ought to be protected. You put platforms up and down the coast, those hunters can't get in there. They can't do it. Plus, each little oil platform becomes an island. Each island, plant life, plant growth. Plant growth, fish habitat. Fish habitat. Food for larger fish. Until we're up to the seals and the whales. That's right. Look at how we can best utilize our ecology. Promote wind electrical generating. Promote solar power generating. At the same time, upgrade our electrical grids so that when we develop all this power, we can utilize it. We need to develop our technology to our future. We don't need to say, no, don't do this, don't do that. Oh, you might get... Let's take, for example, California's stance and how they just totally let their forests grow wild because they want to save these animals. How many of them died in these forest fires in the past 2 years? How many? You might have wiped out some whole species because of those forest fires. Whereas if we would have went in there and managed those forests, would have went in there and put roads that would cut up those forests into blocks, it would not have raged through thousands and thousands of acres, would not have wiped out all that land, would not have killed all those animals. Those creatures are dependent upon us to manage our resources so they can have a safe home also. Let it go wild, they don't have that. Mother Nature, the planet Earth, is very violent, and it will destroy everything and anything it can, given a chance. So we need to help protect. And to help protect is you develop and manage. You do not turn away and say, don't touch! It don't work! So, how can I help our environment? At the same time, develop our resources. That's the question to be answered. And that's the way I will look at it. Prime example, imagine if we had about every quarter mile, every half mile up and down the coast, except for the channels where the ships come in and out, oil rigs. The protection that would give the ecology of the ocean is unheard of. And I know somebody out there can say, "Oh, what if we have an oil spill? What if we have an oil spill?" I tell you what. What if Yellowstone National Park blows its top? It can happen. We'll be in global winter. We won't have to worry about anything or much of anything. So if you want to worry about what ifs, worry about what ifs. But that gets nothing accomplished. The way you get things accomplished is to do it. Get it done. In other words, develop our resources and manage and maintain and improve our ecology. Status quo is no longer acceptable on this planet. If you can't make it better, then we don't need you around. If your ecology group standing there is trying to maintain a status quo and not making it better, get out of here. We don't need you. Learn your lessons from the people back at a time when our forests used to be rampage and how they used to spike the trees. A spike ain't the pretty thing to put in a tree, but it saved the forest. Well, it's time to spike the oceans. Put those oil rigs in, make them out there, make it hard for the world of industrial fishing to come in and destroy the jobs for our commercial fishermen who are smaller operators. Make it hard for them to devastate our coasts by grabbing up everything there. Make it hard for them to destroy our ocean ecologies. But instead, make it so they grow. Make it so they improve. That is my answer to the Earth's ecology. Make the world better. Global warming, be prepared. It's happening, and really, unless the Earth does something about it, there's not much we can do. Okay? But we will prepare for it. Thank you.